Hello, everybody. It's Mark and Annette Sterrett, and welcome to episode 4 of our vlog.
Happy Friday.
Happy Friday. This is short-term rentals, do's and don'ts, and
Shake My Head moments.
Shake My Head moments. Before we get started with today's Shake My Head moment, we have to give a shout out to our sponsor. That would be us, Team Sterrett at eXp Realty in the Great Smoky Mountains. Whether you're buying or selling, looking for your first short-term rental investment, give us a call. We can help you out. Contact information will be at the end of this video, and you can call myself or Annette or shoot us an email. Also, if you're watching this on YouTube, please like and subscribe. We would love to continue to do this content, and we want to continue to give you some valuable information, of course, the do's and the don'ts, and some of the shake my head moments as far as short-term rentals. So to get started, we're going to talk about today's Shake My Head moment. And if you haven't joined our Facebook group, which is the same name, again, short-term rentals, do's and don'ts, and
Shake My Head moments.
Please join. And we gave a little teaser, and it had something to do with the garbage disposal running. And we're going to get into that story. So I'm going to have Annette start that.
Right. So as we had said in the past, we had a condo up in Gatlinburg, and this condo was our unit that we would clean and take care of after each guest left. Okay. So as we arrived at the condo after the guests had checked out, we heard some running noise. It was something going on. Something was running. We couldn't figure out what it was. So as we get through the door, we're listening for it, and as we get closer to the kitchen, we realize in the sink it was the garbage disposal running, and we couldn't figure out why in the world it was running. And so we went ahead. Mark went ahead and shut it down.
Yeah, I shut it down. It was burning hot. Okay. And we're very, very, very fortunate that there was no fire or anything else, and that, of course, nobody got hurt, which is another thing. But it was extremely hot, and they didn't run any water. They just let it run and dry, and that's never good for a garbage disposal.
No, it wasn't. So as we continued on in the condo and everything, I started to think, well, I do need to reach out to the guests to figure out why and how long the garbage disposal was going for. Mm-hmm. Thank goodness it didn't burn out. The motor didn't burn out, but I did end up reaching out to the guests just to kindly ask and just say, just trying to figure out how long it's been going on for, and what their thought was on keeping it running. And so they did explain to me that they'd never had a garbage disposal before, and they thought that was something that they had to do. They didn't mean any harm or anything like that, and I certainly believe that. So it was just kind of one of those things that got me thinking, well, I need to start making more notes in this unit and explaining how certain things function. And it helped me realize that garbage disposal does need some instruction. So I went ahead and we did label everything. I put a label above the switch where the garbage disposal is at, along with instructions on how to run it.
And by the way, we were not mad at the guests whatsoever.
Absolutely not.
Again, that was just something that we
assumed, and so you never assume anything when you have your property, and if it is something that could be explained or helped along the way when the guest is there, it's a good thing to share, and it also helps keep your property safe, and the guest.
And by the way, with the garbage disposal, it kind of brought up some bad memories, because in 2014, if you've seen our previous vlog, which was episode 2, I believe, it was the Jiffy Pop incident where the owner of the condo that we actually purchased basically threw that Jiffy Pop on the couch and burned down the whole building. So that condo and complex, the building itself. And then in 2016, we had the wildfires go through, and fortunately, our building was spared, but it stopped about a mile down below from where our condo was. So when we went in and we saw this garbage disposal, possibly it could have been a potential fire hazard, we decided that yes, we do need to label everything, and Annette went out and bought this nifty little label maker, And in fact, this couple comments, or a couple months goes by and we get a comment saying, well, everything was beautiful about the condo, but man, you really over-labeled everything.
Yeah.
There's a reason for warning, on any product you buy, there's a warning label. There's a reason, because somebody has done what they're saying not to do on those warning labels. That's why we did it.
And if that was the only not so positive comment in that guest's comments about our property, I'll take it.
She'll take it. That's right. So this leads us to today's do and don'ts. So go ahead with the do.
Well, as we were talking about, you do want to make sure that you are leaving enough information about your property to the incoming guest, and making sure they have the instructions they need to run certain things. And so do make sure that everything is well labeled and noted. And a hot tub is another thing. Not everybody has a hot tub, so you want to make sure you have good instructions and directions on how the guest needs to run the hot tub.
Or a wood-burning fireplace, which we actually had in this condo.
Exactly, and that's another thing. Not everybody is familiar with those things, so it's always good to have that on hand, and it keeps the guests safe, and it keeps your property safe as well.
Absolutely. And again, we always said, please turn off garbage disposal after use and run water while you're doing so. So it was a long label. Now don't assume that your guest knows how to use a garbage disposal or a dishwasher. I mean, some people, they don't. And it's just one of those things. You would think they would, but some people have not. So
right, no dishwashing liquid in the dishwasher.
Yeah, or in one of our friends' incidences, they put bubble bath in a hot tub. You can't do that. You just can't do that. So
and then you're getting into where you're paying the housekeeper extra money to take care of those things, and so that ultimately goes back on the guest as well. So anything, an ounce of prevention, that's all it is.
Absolutely.
And helping
Absolutely.
the guest understand.
And that is today's do's and don'ts, and of course the shake my head moments. Our next podcast is coming very soon, and it is going to be on short-term rentals, whether to self-manage, co-host, or use a property management company. And we've done all three. Very familiar with property management companies because we've actually owned two, but we did use a property management company prior to moving to East Tennessee. So we can give you some helpful hints on how to do that, the interview questions that you have to ask, and also how many property management companies do you interview, and whether it's easier to co-host or whether it's easier to self-manage it. It all depends. So that's something that we are definitely going to cover. And something new with our vlog is we're giving some upcoming events in Sevier County as well as Knox County. And we're just going to do it for the next couple of weeks so that you know. So an upcoming event is, of course, the Smoky Mountain Winterfest. And if you haven't been, it's absolutely gorgeous. Lights, it's all lit up through Sevierville, Pigeon Forge to Gatlinburg. And if you have not been, bring the kids. It's a sight to behold.
It's a wonderful festival, and it'll help cure those winter blues.
Yep, and that goes from, of course, today until February the 20th. So keep that in mind. Also, there is a Sunday brunch at the Ancient Lore Village starting January 29th, and it will go through May the 21st, and that's in Knoxville. And then lastly is the Tennessee Songwriters Week. That is going to be held at the Pines in downtown Sevierville. Annette did a little research into the Pines.
Right, and so the Pines has been around since the 1940s, and it is one of the event places where Dolly Parton had her first paid performance, and so it's got some interesting history. It's a really neat place to go. Absolutely, and that is February the 7th, and that is the qualifying round. So if you like listening to music, definitely go ahead and check that out. We want you to come here. That's it. We want you to be part of the Great Smoky Mountains. So if you're planning your vacation, come and check us out. If you're looking to buy or sell, you're becoming a full-time resident, we can help you out. You got people that can help you out. And if you're looking for a short-term rental, we definitely can help you out and assist you with, again, the do's and the don'ts and how to do that. Not everything is a shake my head moment either. So there's a lot of pluses. There's a lot of good, a lot of positives.
And with that, you guys have a wonderful week and a wonderful weekend. And we will see you next week. Take care, everybody.
Thank you. Have a great weekend.
Bye-bye.